Can you hear me? Okay, good. I was over in Jeff's and he left me in the basement. The fuck, he wouldn't let me up. Is that you, Ray? No. Wrong channel. Yeah. They're up there ambushing Jenny. And he left me in the fucking basement. Hello, Moments. Oh, Moments. Wait a minute. Damn. Moments. Wait a minute. Don't move, Moments. Thanks, Abby. Give me 1 minute. Let me turn on my light. Fucking Jeff. Over there threatening people. Did I get your Moments? You got a wrench here. Okay. Give me 1 moment. Hello, Lala. I love you. 1 minute. People, bear with me. Sorry, left she's all hanging again. Hey, FCC, I'm running it, baby. I'm running it. Why is this supposed to be dark? Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Hello, West. Sorry. Can't invite you. Eyes of the cat. Hey, NTF. This fucking thing is supposed to be dark. Why is it light? Sorry if I'm missing people. Hey, clown. Tell Jeff I said go fuck himself. Big bear wolf threatening people. Am I about to curse you out? Yeah, I got a few fucking things to say. I have teleblock, so I don't have to see. Hey, Sam's Clit. Who else did I miss? Bryden. Run it. West. My son treated me so. Wait, what did Jeff do now? He's up there threatening Jen A. He's going to get the law on her and yeah, the usual exactly section. Junie, I don't know what you're spelling. Hey, Jordan. How are you? I had this shit in dark mode. How the fuck did it go back to light? I've seen somebody here before. Are they still here or are they gone? Wait a minute. Junie, wait. I don't know what you're saying. I'm trying to scroll back now. I'm just here for it, Cateyes, whatever it is. If you're talking about StreamYards, it's always... Oh, light? No, but I thought I put it in dark mode last time, and I thought I had it right. Oh, Penny's here. Hi, Penny. Chrissy, damn, why am I missing everybody? I'll get to you. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Hey, my Chrissy. Hi, Melinda. Yeah, I'm hanging in there, Jordan. Hey, Canadian royalty. Yeah, fuck Jeff. Thinking he's big and bad, and then he gets 5 other people up there to deal with Jen A. He don't say shit. Fucking punk. him to the other side of the tracks. Damn right, NTF. Running his fucking mouth. As soon as Jenny got up there, he didn't say shit to her. Somebody's missing. Are you saying it's boring, clown? Well, I was going to cancel it because of Jeff's, but I said, nope, I'm not. The hell with him. You never been to Red Lobster, Chrissy? Oh, they don't have Red Lobster in... Oh, you have real seafood there? That's what I'm talking about. Red Lobster ain't all that. Oh, okay, clown. I'm sorry, my bad. When I had it in the dark mode, I can see it better. But now it's bright again. But I don't want to stop playing around with it. Because I'll mess it up. I think she does, Melinda. Well, he kept calling her. Yeah, okay, Bill. Excuse me. NTF said who? I don't know. Go see what the hell. Do I need to come up and take my lashing? You're not getting no lashing, Junie. Don't worry about it. It's over and done with. You said how you felt, and that's it. Nobody's getting no lashings. You said what you said. Yeah, you deserve it, but you spoke your piece. So yeah, Wes. Hello, Bill Evans. Nice to see you. Hi, Shauna. If that's how you really feel, well, then that's how you really feel. Nothing I can do about it. If you want to come up and publicly apologize to me, then that's up to you. But if not, it's all good. Hi, Freya. What's Wes say? I'm like the poster child. yeah, Wes, okay. You know where my heart is. I'm not. I said what I had to say to you in private, and that was it. I don't have to say no more. I see you not. What's that, Freya? Well, I don't know. If you're coming up, oh, I'm sorry, I'm daydreaming. Wait a minute. Okay, let me. Oh, okay. Shit. Okay, here we go again. Me trying this shit. Give me a minute, Junie. Shit. How the fuck do you guess can stream? Send this link to your guest. I got it, I think. Okay. Okay, West, I'm glad you accept my apology. You're such a great guy. Did you get it, Junie? I think I got it right. Mods, keep that link in case. Okay.
I'm here. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I didn't know if you can hear me.
Yep,
Yes.
I can. So I'm not going to fluff around the bush and none of that. I owe you an apology, like a big one, for my delivery. I shouldn't have. First of all, I admitted and I told you, like I thought I was muted. I wasn't, and I could have stopped and I didn't when I realized I wasn't muted. And I could have just immediately went to you at that point, but I didn't. And I sat up there and was the very thing I don't like about myself and I don't like about others. I just went off. You didn't deserve that. You deserved me to come to you privately. And for that, I am incredibly sorry. You didn't deserve that.
Okay, thank you. I accept your apology.
You're welcome. I mean it. Yeah, I mean, you know where my heart is too, I think. But at the same time, I also understand if you don't right now.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, you also know where my heart is, I think. And if you don't, I understand why you would feel that way right now. And but I love you. I just didn't handle things the way I should have.
Okay. Thank you.
And I am sorry. You're welcome. I'll hop down.
Hi, excuse me. Thank you, Sabby. Now I'm waiting for you to make the cookies, West. That's what your job is. Oh, it's still going on, Jenny? I know I was in the basement, but he won't let me up. I kept telling him let me up, and he wouldn't. You know, because Jeff don't like to hear the truth. Are they still attacking Jenny? Yeah, she was up there before, and there was like 5 people going at her. Oh, it's just him and her now. Who else is live, Sam? Oh, good for you, Nick. That's what I was going to try to do, but fucking asshole won't let me up. Good, I'm glad. Because that's what I was going to try to do, but he won't let me up. Because that's how it should have been. He was threatening her and calling her out. And when she went up there, everybody else was up there attacking her. I mean, she has her faults, but if you're going to threaten her, he's got you blocked too, Jenny? Damn. Good for you, Nick. Thank you. Always a man of reasoning. Good, Nick. He's talking out of his ass. Right away threatening her with cops and the law and Jenny might be mean, but I give that lady credit. She fucking goes up there and stands up for herself. Exactly, Jenny. He don't like the fucking truth. You're going to buy another TV so you can watch all the streams? Damn. Good for you, Nick. And he's saying those weren't all his pill bottles. Fucking liar. Like everybody didn't see them? Exactly, NTF. Excuse me. I mean, the panel of our lives showed it, and you can see them all. So Jenny didn't make that shit up. Damn, Sam's. It definitely is real if you're going to buy another TV. You damn sure need help, Sam's. Exactly, Jenny. And that belt clip or whatever the hell his fucking name is, belt loop, is in there. And Jeff is saying it, and he's right there like the defending Jeff. Yeah, and I have cops right here. I got cops right here in my stream. Good for you, motherfucker. What do you want, a fucking medal? You've got so many that already come to your house when you got well checked, whatever the fuck they did to you. Yeah, he always does, Jenny. He was like, fuck you, I'm out of here. I'll see you later. I gotta go take care of my dogs. Sorry, Nick. Just noticed that.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
Welcome to my show.
Yeah, thanks for having me up.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
If I have a little bit of a funny speech thing going on, it's because I had a tooth cut out of my mouth yesterday. So I
Good for you. You
apologize.
finally got it. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I have a speech
finally
problem all the time.
Well, I wanted to come up and say thank you for talking things out with Junie and not having it out on a live stream again. And I hope that sometime in the near future you guys can get together in private and talk things out. Oh, I'm not totally toothless, Sabby. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was not happening on our live stream. No way. And I think that's what everybody thought when I said I had a few things to talk about. Everybody was thinking, oh, and I just gonna go off.
Well,
not happening.
I, for one, appreciate that you guys didn't do that. I hate talking sides. Like our side versus that side.
Exactly.
But when we do stuff like that, we give them nothing but content. And
Of course,
I believe that we're stronger when we handle stuff in private and don't give them the content that they're looking for, because they absolutely love it. That's what they want. They're waiting for us to argue online with each other so they can sit back and record it and play clips of it and tear it apart and laugh at it. They're no better. They sit in Zumba calls all day long and talk shit about each other and talk shit about us on a daily basis. But I think for the most part, we do a really good job of keeping our griefs private. And I still have a few teeth left, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's sad that
I still have a few
it's
teeth.
just sad that it had to happen that way.
Yeah.
And
well,
private things were brought out, and
yeah. And I hope I hope that everything straightens itself out. And I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. And we've got a lot of good people over here. We've got a lot of good people that I'm honored to talk to every day and be a part of their lives. And when you're around people on a daily basis and you talk to people on a daily basis, you're going to have arguments. You're never going to see eye to eye on everything.
Oh, of course. I mean, you argue with your fucking family on a daily basis, so
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I'm glad that when you popped this live tonight, it wasn't to just tear people apart, and I'm happy for that. So thank you.
I had no intentions at all of doing that, Nick. I had no intentions at all of doing it.
I'm
I
happy
know
to see you
people probably
live.
thought that. So am I.
Yeah. I know you haven't been feeling well lately.
I appreciate you, Nick. You know that.
I do. I appreciate you too, Cateyes, and I appreciate Junie and Sabby and NTF and Jenny and Justine and Freya and Freya and everybody. I appreciate every one of you that I've gotten a chance to get to know over the last few months, and you're all good people. You really are. And I can understand why y'all have grown to be a good group of friends. So You know, and you know, as
I
far
have
as
a
this,
mouth.
well, I
I
do
have a
too.
mouth,
You
and I don't
you can
shut it. So
you can ask Angela. You know, if you go back about a year, maybe a little over a year now. Um,
you're
I,
welcome,
I
Junie.
I was I was one to get up on panels and go off on people. It can be addicting, especially when you know you're right or you feel you're right, and you know, there's probably a panel floating around from, I don't know, God, maybe was it last year in August, where I drank almost a gallon of Jim Beam apple and blacked out. You know, I mean, I've done some shit
Oh my God.
online. Oh yeah, except I'm a sappy drunk. I'm an I love you kind of drunk. You know, I don't get mean, but you know, like what's going on over at Jeff's right now with, you know, I don't particularly care for Jen A. Okay. I don't particularly care for the way she pushes her teachings on the Bible. Um, you know, I've always believed and I guess you could call me a Christian because I do believe in God, but I don't believe in the institution of Christianity. You know, I feel that a lot of people that go to church, you know, make it out to be they it's what is the saying, a place for saints, but it ends up being a haven. It's I can't remember. It's probably the pain meds I'm on right now, but you know, I do believe in Christianity and I do believe in God, but on the other hand, you know, I don't believe in the institution of church, and you know, she is very old school, hard shell Christian, you know, and while I don't believe with the stuff that she
Yes,
says, you
he
know, I'm
is.
not going to knock her for it. You know, I mean, people get her on stream just to trigger her for content a lot of times, I believe. And I've said this about Jeff, and I don't blame the people that do. Excuse me, I don't blame the people that do get let her on their streams because you know they have a right. Everybody has a right to let whoever they want on their streams. But I've said it about Jeff a time or two, that I believe that people who let Jeff on their streams are just letting him up there for content, especially when he was going through his heavy phase of drinking. And you know, I was behind the scenes more than anybody knows. I was a part of trying to help him with that. And, you know, I came out and publicly said anybody who allows him on their panel is taking advantage of his situation. Now, I believe he's better now. I don't think he's drinking. I believe he's mixing other things, maybe some prescription medications with some THC. And, oh, Canadian royalty. I appreciate that, bud. Since my mom, and this is something that I haven't really spoke about, but my mom has been really ill and spent the better part of 2 months in ICU between Thanksgiving, from Thanksgiving into January, and so because of that, we haven't been doing anything with the band. It's been really hard for me to kind of perform without her. So I appreciate that though, bud. I probably should put my videos back up. When all the stuff happened with you know the stuff that was going on and people going around and making nasty comments on people's videos and stuff like that. I didn't want my friends seeing these idiots making these comments on the videos of my family band. You know what I mean? So I just put them on private. But I appreciate that, brother. But I believe, you know, a lot of times people let people like Jeff and Jen A up on their panels for content. And, you know, Jen A's been a little bit more relaxed lately, if you know, if I may say. You know, but she is who she is. If anybody expects her to change, that's their own fault. You know what I mean? She's not going to change. Jen A is who Jen A is. She's the same Jen A that we met a couple years ago, coming up onto the panels, complaining about all of the workers coming into her house being drug addicts and not getting drug tested and this and that and the other thing. Um, the people who expect other people to change are at fault themselves. Now, if we accept her for who she is, which I think is the right thing to do, and I think that's what we have to do with everybody, is accept them for who they are. You know what I mean? And just understand that we're not going to be able to. There's nothing as YouTubers that we can do to fix Jen A, right? We're not going to change her thoughts on the Nazis, right? I mean, I'm a student of history, okay? I am not a Holocaust denier. I know that Hitler was fucked up. I know that whole thing was fucked up. Let's see. I'm reading comments too. I'm sorry, Cateyes.
No, that's okay. Go ahead. See, that's how I feel. I had my days a couple of years ago with Jen A, and I just feel, you know what? She is what she is. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own ways. And I respect her for standing strong the way she does. And
She is who
she'll
she
fight.
is.
She'll fight anybody. She don't give a fuck. She'll go up against 10 people. And you know what? Whether people like the way she is with her son or not, that's her and her son's business.
That's right.
That's really nobody else's.
That's not our business.
Whether we like it or not.
Cateyes, I have
That's
no
between
right.
her and her son.
I have no right to tell you how to live your life, how to treat your family, and what
Exactly.
to do on a daily basis. As just the same as you have no right to tell me what to do with my life and how to live my life and how to treat my family.
Exactly. And if I did, you tell me to shut the fuck up and mind my business.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker.
Exactly. Especially if it comes to my family. I mean, it's my personal business, and if I'm going to confide in you, it's because you're my friend and I respect you. But I mean, nobody's going to tell me what the fuck to do.
Right.
And yes, people might not like how she feels about her son, but that's her son.
That's exactly right. I mean, oh, thank you, Penny. I appreciate your prayers for my mom. She is getting better. She lost a lot of she spent a lot of time in a hospital bed. She was in ICU I know she was admitted Thanksgiving night, and then she was transferred into a long-term care hospital in the beginning of January and spent a few weeks there. And then we brought her home, and basically her lungs are better, but what we're dealing with now is her lack of muscle mass because she stayed in bed for so long. So she's going through, rehabilitation to get some muscle mass back, but she's doing much better. It's just been a process,
Thank God.
Yeah, we don't have a right to tell anybody else how to live or, what to do with their lives. And I think that and I can't remember. I might have been talking to Junie the other night. I know that I talked to you the other night, and I talked to Junie the other night. And I know sometimes when we get on the internet, it's easy to dehumanize the other person that we're talking to on the other side, because I've never sat across from you and had a cup of coffee, although I'd love to. I'd love to sit across from a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis, from, hey, Michelle, on the internet, and just have a cup of coffee and just bullshit, and get to know you face to face. I think that's something that's harder to do when you're on the internet. But you know what? I think this side, and I like I said, I hate to talk in sides. I think that's so fucking ridiculous. We're good people. I think everybody over here is good people. We may not agree with what we do on a general basis, or all the time, but we're good people, and I think we have to remind ourselves of that every once in a while when these idiots start coming at us with bullshit. I really do. And remember that what they say to us is really not that important. I think about what Edward has been going through for. Well, I mean, look at what Edward's been going through for 11 months now. Almost 11 months. It's been about 11 months. I remember the day that it all went down, and he called me when he was sitting in the airport when that video came out.
Yeah.
And, since then, he's been getting, messages to not only him, but Angela. Angela is a strong-ass woman. And she more than I am to stand up there and take the same shit. I've got the screenshots of the people coming into her basement, coming into Edward's basement while he's live under these different names. Just go fucking kill yourself. Go off yourself. You don't fucking deserve to live. On it, I mean, just about every stream. It's really disgusting. And the only, somebody wouldn't come up to me and say that to my face. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. And that's, I think, an internet thing. Like I say, it tends to dehumanize people. You don't see the person on the other side of the internet being a human. And, we're all imperfect in our own ways. And it's a matter of us accepting those imperfections and moving on and moving forward and being friends, and allowing that to happen. Yeah, I don't particularly agree with Jilly either. I'm not gonna lie about that. I think she is somewhat of an attention seeker. But that's about as far as I'm going to go about that. I generally don't talk about people unless they're here to respond to themselves. So, but I just wanted to jump up here and thank you, Cateyes, for your grace. And I hope that all of this stuff can be worked out and things can go back to the way it used to be, because you know what, we're stronger together as a group to handle this bullshit that comes at us, and it's not just one person. It comes at everybody on a daily basis, and as a group we are stronger when we're able to sit down and talk it out. And we are going to have arguments and disagreements and so on and so forth, but the ability to even if we yell at each other a little bit, to come back to an agreement and understand where we're coming from.
Just my nature.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Listen, like I said, I've got videos saved now. I mean, I the story, but I had a particular person who found it funny to come after me last year after my niece was killed in the house fire. And you can probably imagine that my responses to that particular person weren't very nice.
No. Yeah, I can imagine.
I wasn't very nice about it. But that's not my demeanor. I'm not generally that way. I try to stay cool, calm, and collective, and use my brain instead of my mouth. But everybody reacts differently. Everybody has a different personality. That's what makes us all unique. And I hope we just got to keep on keeping on. And it is true. Together we are stronger. And yeah, NTF, I would say she needs to see a few doctors. I think one for each of her personalities would probably be a good start. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to try to refrain from talking shit about her. I really shouldn't. I don't like doing that. But anyways, Cateyes, you have a good stream. I'm going to bow out and let somebody
Thank
else
you,
come up
Nick.
and talk to you. And
Thank you for
thank
coming
you for
out.
having me up.
You're welcome anytime.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Nick is one hell of a nice guy. Hey, Nepa. Well, that's not the one I'm thinking. Yeah, that is, right? Absolutely, he does. Okay, guys, I guess I'm going to end this. No, what was that? Okay, I see somebody, but there's no name or nothing. So I'm not letting anybody up. Okay, Junie, Savvy. I see a gray box, but there's no name or nothing. So how do I know who it is? Fuck you, Savvy. I'm not letting you up. There's no name or nothing. It's just a gray box. Why am I going to ban you, NTF? I'm not going to ban you. Abby, what are you doing? I only see a fucking... All I see is a fucking living room or something. Fucking nut, it better be you. What are you doing, crazy? Abby, the fuck are you doing? I don't know. She was giving me the fucking middle finger. What is she doing, this idiot?
Oh shit, I've been up here muted this whole time. Fuck my life.
What were you doing? Why were you giving me the middle finger?
Guys, I'm in the kitchen. I'm trying to cook, and you're not letting me up.
Well, you weren't showing me your fucking face. Or your ass or something, so I would have known it was you.
You want to see my ass? Here, I'll send you a picture. Hold on. Where's Cateyes? There she is. There's Cateyes. Okay.
The fuck are you doing? Where's Cateyes?
Sending you a picture of my ass. Okay. There, it's in IG. You can have a picture of my ass. It's in IG.
What are you cooking?
Well, I was trying to broil some steak bits, but I've never done it before. You should see the amount of salt I put on this crap, and it tastes bland. Like, what the fuck?
Oh. Nick, yours
Did you
is
get the
better
picture
than
of my
Jackie's.
ass?
No, all I see is a fucking black fucking chair or something with a fucking purple. Nick sent
That's
me a
not
better
a
one.
chair. That's my ass. How did Nick get a picture of my ass?
Well, your ass is blacker than your face then.
What up, Nippa?
It didn't open now.
Well, you liked my ass.
What did you do? I can't open
I
it now.
didn't do nothing. Oh, it's called an invisible picture. I can take a picture using IG and it just disappears after you watch it. So that way you can't share a picture of my ass.
It wasn't your ass.
That was a picture of my ass.
It was not. It was a fucking purple blanket with a black stencil or some fucking shit.
That was a picture of my ass. It's
Why
my
are you
ass.
cooking so late?
Oh,
It's
because
not your ass.
dude, it's a picture of my ass, but it's my ass. I can't like. How am I supposed to get the camera behind me to take a picture of my ass? You got a side view. Here.
Have Locksmith
There's
take a
the
picture of your ass.
There. Picture of my ass. Watch. I even stuck it out for you so I could reach.
You fucking ass.
I'm not an ass. You're an ass. I got proof. Look.
Okay, that's your ass then. The fuck you wearing?
They're leggings, jeggings.
Okay, well before you had who's that talking?
No one.
Well, now where you can see it's your ass. But before it
Yeah.
looked like you were bent. Look at NTF. She wants to see your ass. She'll be the judge.
Okay.
You
Hold
want
on.
to see a little ass, NTF?
Hold on. I'll send it to her.
You have a blessed night too, Nepa. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night, Neppa.
Look, she's sending it to you, NTF. She wants to show everybody her ass. Where's Locke?
He's in the office.
No, I wonder why I don't hear him in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How the hell do you soften these New York strip steak bits? This shit sucks. There's plenty of moisture in here.
Ready? You got the picture, NTF? Good, share it. Send it out.
Don't send out my ass. God. Here, Michelle, you want to see it? Hold on.
Damn, Sabby.
There you go, Michelle.
I'm proud of your ass.
You can see. I am proud of my ass. I got an ass.
So do I. Too much of an ass.
I doubt that. I've seen your ass.
You didn't see my ass.
Remember that one time you stood up and you walked away from the camera?
Hello. Walked away from. You didn't see my ass.
Yep, I saw your ass.
You did not. Stop lying. Wait, you didn't see my ass.
Look at Jenny. Now she wants to see my ass. Hold on. Now Jenny wants to see my ass. Here, here's a picture of my ass.
Damn.
There you go, Jenny.
Hello, Jonathan. Damn.
What? I already sent it out once. That shit's gonna get out all over the place.
Sabby, Penny wants to know what kind. She's too busy worried about her ass, Penny. She forgot about the fucking steak. She's the fucking steak. I'm sending everybody my ass pits.
They're called petite sirloin steaks. Whatever the fuck that means. See? Michelle likes my ass.
Hey, Nevermore.
See,
Where'd you
Jenny T
finally
likes
know
my ass. Everybody likes my ass. Hold on, Penny. I'll send it to you.
Damn.
Let's see. Where's Penny? Penny can see my ass.
Damn. Everybody wants Sabby's ass.
There you go, Penny. I sent you my ass.
Well, hello, ladies. How you both doing?
Hello, Jonathan. Welcome to the Cateyes channel.
I know I haven't been up here yet. I don't think.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, you haven't. I just gave you a
Oh.
wrench.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I saw. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. I was preparing for
Yeah,
our.
well, I gave it to you
Oh.
when you made a comment showing up.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry. I was out preparing for
welcome.
this 2 feet of snow
Thank
coming
you.
our way.
I don't drink beer. How am I supposed to put steak in
Oh,
beer?
you're getting a lot of.
Stuff's gross. What the fuck? Jonathan, how come you're never up
You
here?
won't even take it.
Well, you know, Sabby. I don't know. I was getting ready for the storm that's coming. You know what's going on.
No, fuck that. That shit
well,
ain't showing up.
I'm getting 2 feet of snow tomorrow.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we are down in the south.
No.
Are you really?
Yeah. Well, between
No.
tomorrow and Thursday. So.
No, because whenever it snows, 3 days before it snows, we get this big, huge gust of wind that just blows the whole fucking town over. So we know when snow's coming. There's been nothing.
All right. You'll find out
Penny said
tomorrow.
Cateyes doesn't steak and eggs.
Penny might be right about that one.
See?
That's true.
I always love a good
Steak
steak
and
and
Ass
nice
and
ass.
something else.
So
Yeah, steak and a nice ass goes good together.
and I
Yep.
just had
You have a
steak.
couple of-
And Sabby's showing her ass.
You have a couple of beers with it or a couple more drinks, something else is better with it.
Okay. Hold
You're
on, Nick.
getting dig down and down.
Hold on, Nick. I'll send you my ass.
Damn.
I know. It's sad when
There
the
you go.
chat's getting more ass than I am.
Okay. Now Nick can never say he never got
Hold on,
any ass.
Jonathan. Just
I think I'll pass on hers, but not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea.
I don't ever want to hear Nick say that he never got ass because now he got ass.
Sabi, how
Just
many
saying.
drinks have you had?
Jonathan would
today?
like to see Nick.
I actually haven't had anything to drink.
You are in an interesting mood then, for sure.
Yeah. This is the mood that I'm in all fucking day long.
Just sending ass pics to everybody? Got it.
No, I usually don't send ass pics. Look, I just sent my
That's what
ass
John-
to like 10 people.
Well, ask Rock if he's willing to share his.
Locke saying, well, I want some ass.
What did you say?
Not a picture either.
What did you say? Gotcha, bitch.
I said our internet handled that.
Can our internet handle that? Fuck you. I sent it to Nick. Nick Tip got my ass.
Well, tell him Jonathan wants his ass. Wait.
Jonathan says he wants your ass. He doesn't want my ass. I'm the wrong sex.
I can hear him.
Can you?
Yes.
I can't. I can barely hear him because I got the headphones on.
All I heard was, what the fuck, no.
He said, now you've ruined it. Hey, Nevermore, you want my ass too? What the fuck? Hold on.
Well, Nevermore and I were sleeping together on Ed's panel the other night.
Hold on, Nevermore. It's coming.
Oh boy.
There you go, Nevermore. Here's a picture of my ass. You know what? If I'm going to be doing this, I need a drink.
Yeah, I figured you already started on that one.
Look, you can tell Penny has not looked at my ass. She said I'm wearing blue jeans. We know Penny's lying. She hasn't looked at the picture yet.
Everybody remembers Locke twerking.
Locke was twerking one day? Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was holding a fundraising stream for somebody in the community. I think it was
Did somebody record it at least?
I did record
it's
it.
out there.
That
I
is
did
definitely-
record it.
Well, someone
But
with
I
that
was-
recording needs to play that at some point.
I was holding a fundraiser stream. I think it was for I don't know, somebody in the community needed money. So one of the women in the community donated $20 for Locksmith to twerk. And it took him so fucking long to do it that she donated another $10 to get him to get on his ass to start twerking.
$20. Hey, $20 is $20, right?
No, I think overall she spent like $30 to get him to twerk.
Wow.
That shit was funny though. But it was something like he had to do it for a whole minute or some shit.
I'm trying to remember who it was that donated.
Hmm. It is one of the women in the community, but I actually have to go back in my donations to find out. Yeah, he couldn't quite get the bounce
What?
right. Now, Penny, go look at my picture and check out my ass.
You're talking to a woman that is not going to look at you.
I'm wearing
Yes.
black leggings. They're not blue jeans. They look like jeans, though.
His
'Cause they're
cheeks weren't
janky.
clapping.
No. Penny, you're not
Jonathan,
supposed
read-
to send me my ass back. Penny just sent me ass.
Oh, his
I got a
cheeks went-
screenshot. Penny just sent me ass.
Wow, Penny sent ass back. Wow, this is getting really interesting. Normally, I'm the one that's all crazy. You beat me to it. Good job.
Nope, this is me sober. Imagine me drunk.
I'm scared.
Yep. Penny returned it. She sent me ass.
Clip that. Melinda said.
Okay, here, Melinda. I'll send it to you so you can see, so you can clip it.
Thank God you're not. Thank God I don't have you on IG.
Half these people don't have me on IG. I have text mess. I got phone numbers. I got Facebook. I got IG.
Well,
I got
Sabby,
Snapchat.
I don't
got
think
people
we're
all
on any.
over.
I don't think either of us know how to contact each other privately, so I think we're good.
I sent your ass back, Gabby.
She did. Penny sent me ass.
Oh, jeez.
There you go, Melinda. Clip that shit.
Guys, what has your panel become?
No.
You know what? I just slipped into all your fucking DMs. I'm all up in there now.
I'm sure you are.
Ass and all.
Yes. Sabby, what's your twerking video? Come on now.
I ain't twerking. That's Locksmith's job.
Or Angela's.
Or Angela's. Yeah, she twerks real good. She twerks real good.
Everybody.
Look, I scared Melinda off.
No, she said I'd hit that.
She says she'll hit that. You didn't scare her that far.
I'd be bending over and she'd walk by and go, smack! Told you not to bend over in front of me, bro. Nick just sent me his ass.
I'm sorry. Can you send it to me though? Can you
Oh
forward
my
that one?
god.
You gonna forward that one to me, Sabby?
Are you on IG?
I am now.
What's your IG?
It's my name 5505. I think.
Your first name?
Yeah,
How do you spell your name?
Joe Nathan. Spell it that way.
You said 505?
5505. Oh wait, no, it's not. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. That's not. My
Oh wait,
screen.
I found it.
I'll put
I
it in
think
private
it's-
chat. So
No,
yeah, it's in private chat.
no, there's a lot of Jonathan 505s. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I put it in chat, private chat.
Oh, that
Yes,
means I gotta go
'cause
to
when
my
I-
computer.
My bad.
Fuck my life.
It just, you know how the other side can be if giving those things out.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that is not
Like it.
your name.
No,
Like
that's
it's
why I
weird.
said. I was like, "Oops, wrong one."
You want me to send it to her, Jonathan?
I sent it to her in private chat already.
Oh, okay. Because when I was putting it in my channel tonight to mod you, it was coming up all different Jonathans. I'm saying, wait a minute, what the fuck? How many fucking Jonathans is there?
There's a lot of us. Ah, there's Sabby. She already found me. I guess I'll accept.
There you go. That's Nick's ass.
Thanks, Nick.
I sent it back because it didn't make my mouth water in the least. I figured, why would I keep it? So I sent it back to sender. Okay, Penny, I'll send you Nick's ass. Maybe you'll like that one better. Hold on, Penny. I'm coming. Here you go. There you go, Mama.
Nick has a hairy ass.
Now that's
Oh,
Nick's
Lord.
ass, Penny.
It's okay, Nick. I'd still hit it.
Why does that not surprise me?
I mean, a hole's a hole, right?
No, because I don't play with holes.
Well, should try it sometime.
Fuck. Cateyes is gonna kick us off our panel.
This is very close.
You know how many times we're gonna get clipped with this?
She's sending ass pitch to everybody.
Yep, I'm sending my ass to everybody. I have been all up in people's DMs tonight. But when you don't have boobs, you gotta have something. And I have ass. My bad.
All right, Juniper, you're the only one that hasn't sent anything yet. Come on now.
No way, it's just a lady coming to look at his ass. Mm.
Anyways, now that we got that out of the way,
What are you talking about? Juniper wants a picture of my ass.
shiny. It's a bit hairy though, Juniper. It's a bit hairy.
Fuck, what is Juniper's name on here? Mm. There it is. Okay. I'm just gonna have to go down there. We're not friends on IG. So I can't search her up. Boom! Picture of my ass. Okay. Bye, Jenny.
She's not leaving, is she?
Yeah, she said she's gonna go read Alex's post. She'll catch us all later.
Oh.
Where'd Jonathan go? He got real fucking quiet.
Yeah,
Dinner's ready.
Ty was responding to his family.
Oh. Oh, FCC wants my ass. Hold on.
Hey,
Oh my
FCC,
God.
this is your ass too.
How do I find FCC?
I don't know if STC has an IG anymore.
No, he
He
doesn't.
just
I have
made
his
a
phone
new
number.
one, I think.
I have his phone number. He doesn't have IG.
Damn. Got everybody's phone number.
So what's your panel about, Cateyes?
Your ass. Your ass.
Dave, good.
Well, no, you popped a panel for a reason. What's the panel about?
Nothing. Nothing in particular.
Welcome to my ass stream.
Yep. Not really, Melinda. I was just
Okay.
gonna felt like talking, but Jeff was live, so I was gonna
You weren't gonna what?
cancel it. Let me up on because I was gonna set his ass fucking straight, but he left the people up there that were yelling at
Oh.
Janae.
Well, you got to set some ass straight tonight.
So
And he didn't say a word to her, but he was threatening her.
who? Janae?
Yeah.
That's not really good. I mean, I can't stand the woman, but I don't
No.
think she deserved to be
Like me and
threatened.
Nick was just saying.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve to be
I-
threatened.
No, I had problems with Janae a couple of years ago. Me and Smashley went after her on Locke's panel, and she came back at us. But I understand what the lady's going through right now. And I give her a lot of credit because, let me tell you, that lady will stand up for herself against 20 people if she has to. And a lot of young people go after her. Yes, Janae has her faults. We all do. Nobody's perfect. And I understand a lot of people don't like what she does to her son. We all might not agree. I don't like what she does either. But does anybody have the link for FCC? But you know
Yes.
what? That's between her and her son. It's nobody
But-
else's business.
FCC has to go look at my ass first.
Cateyes, this is
Okay.
where I disagree with you a little bit. It's just that way of thinking breeds hate.
Oh, Jeff. I was just
He just
Don't
called
call
me
you
big
Jeff.
ass.
Jonathan, I agree 100%. But let me tell you, Jonathan, I totally agree with you with that. But if I came to you and told you how to raise your son,
Cat
You're
Eyes,
going to tell me,
really
Cat
bad.
Eyes, go fuck yourself. It's not.
You're breaking up really bad,
What?
Cat Eyes. You're breaking up really bad.
Oh, probably because I'm. Okay. But you would tell me, Cat Eyes, it's none of your fucking business. Don't tell me how to raise my kid. So that's what I'm trying to say. Whether we agree with her or not, that's still her child, and he's still her mother.
Yep.
So whether we like it or we don't like it, that's between a mother and a son. And people going up there and arguing with her is not doing any good. Whether we like it or we don't like it, that's between a
Well-
mother and a child.
Yeah, I agree there, but the fact that she still wants to call others who may, are also part of the same community, what she calls us, Sam, I can't remember the exact term she calls us, but
Oh, I know what you're saying. But I'm
yeah,
just
that just
saying,
needs to
by,
stop. That part just needs to stop from her. I mean, don't.
By
If she
four
can,
or
she can
people-
think that way all she
I
wants.
found
But
it.
she doesn't need to publicly do it constantly.
Panel etiquette. What's
yeah.
up, FCC?
Hello, Nick and FCC.
Jonathan, Sabby,
Hey,
Cat Eyes.
Nick Cook, Cat Eyes, Sabby.
hello again, Nick. Hello, FCC. Welcome to my panel.
Thank you
Cat
for your
Eyes, how
ask,
are you?
Nick.
Yeah, I figured you'd enjoy it.
Thank you.
You know.
Appreciate it.
Why? Sabby sent me a DM with somebody's ass in it. What's going on?
Well, apparently everybody's sending around ass pics tonight, so
Okay. Going down.
I mean,
It's not a
I mean,
picture of someone's ass. That is a picture of my ass bent over.
Okay, well, that wasn't a picture of my ass. I'll just come right out and say that right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's not hard to figure out.
Yeah, I figured.
I clearly bent over and took a picture of my own ass.
If you want to find my ass, just do a Google search.
Well, that's what I did, and that's what I came up with. So is that your ass?
Could be. You never know.
Okay. All right. Oh, Jonathan. So I guess the reason I dropped up is I can understand why.
Made
why
a
you
fake
could be-
Mandingo account. It was trolling Tommy yesterday in his shit chat. And he thought it was me, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, really?
I'm like, it's not me. I don't care about you. And he fucking went off the rails.
Oh, is that the
Why do
band
people do
Dingo
that?
that says Dan Mingo? It's been going around. It's been going around chat while you were gone.
We need the table with us.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
There's been one called Dan Mingo that's been going around trolling people while you were gone. Their FCC.
Yeah, well, I'm glad people think it's funny, but it ain't me.
I figured as much.
What were you saying, Nick?
I was going to say I can see how you could be more sensitive to the situation as far as what Jen A says, but on the other hand, it's just an old woman on the internet, bro, and you ain't you ain't going to change your mind
100%.
as to how she feels and you know her attitude towards things, you know. And I feel for you having to sit there and listen to somebody talk about stuff like that, and having it be that close to your heart cannot be easy. But on the other hand, nothing you can say to her is going to change how she feels. I mean, dude, if she feels that way about her own son, she's not going to change the way she feels about some dude on the internet. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And
she doesn't
it's
have
a
to
totally-
keep doing it. She doesn't have to keep calling us names publicly that way. I mean, that's
But how is that any different from Nunya calling us all Preds?
It's not.
Or,
it's not.
or I mean, it's so. I mean, there's many different things that we could call out. Not specifically involving Jen A. that's not right and doesn't have to be repeated. But no matter what we do, it's not going to change it.
Oh, agreed.
And the fact of the matter is the woman is an older lady who's had multiple strokes and is or is not, depending on what you believe, in hospice care. And going at her and arguing with her on a panel on the internet is not going to change her. And do I feel, as a human being, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for the way she feels towards other human beings. I think that's horrible. To be a Nazi sympathizer.
That's who I feel the most for. Right there.
Man. Come on, bro. I know FCC is a very intelligent person, and so are you, Jonathan. And I'm a student of history. I know what went on during the Holocaust. I know what went on during World War II. To hear somebody say, well, Hitler, hung a medal around Jesse Owens' neck, and I'm like, well, shit. Let's just forget about the 6 million people that he incinerated. That makes him a good guy, then.
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of tells you, I guess, the kind of mentality of the person that you're dealing with, and nothing that you're going to say to her is going to change that. And that's just the sad truth of the situation, and that's why I kind of feel bad for her, to have that kind of hate in your heart. And maybe it isn't hate, maybe it's just her belief. But then on the other hand, back it up with Bible quotes. Like, that's a rough thing, man. But there's somebody made a comment the other night about beating a dead horse. Well, it's not just beating it, man. You're chopping it up, because you ain't going to change her thoughts on the matter. And she's going to be this way, unfortunately, until the day that God takes her into his arms. And that's just the way she believes. That's the way she was brought up. I don't know if anybody here is
know if that's the way she was brought up, though.
Well, you don't, but I think it's a fairly good guess.
But speaking of history, imagine all the years that she's had and all the life experiences she's gone through to bring her to the place she's at now.
Well, there's still, you familiar with the hard shell Southern Baptists?
No.
That believe that you shouldn't wear skirts that are higher than your ankles, and you should have long hair. And there's religion is a very powerful thing to very many people, and depending on who you decide to believe and what sect or you decide to follow. Hell, there's still people that, do the whole venomous snake thing, I'm going to hold up this copperhead here and, oh shit, it bit me, but I'm going to be okay.
More people have died in the name of religion than anything else.
In history.
Yeah,
in history. Yes, absolutely. That is 100% correct. And like I said, I believe in my own form of Christianity. I don't believe in the whole the church part of Christianity, but I believe that you can believe in God and not attend church on Sunday. But I also believe that as far as religion goes, you go back 3, 4, 5,000 years, and I believe that people didn't understand science, so they had to assign something to stuff that they didn't understand. Why the sun and the moon came up every day, why there was rain, why the stuff that happened, it had to be a divine entity. That's why every civilization coming up through time had assigned gods and entities to different things that they didn't understand because they didn't have science.
Yeah,
But,
well,
you know, just my opinion.
and then when science started coming up, I mean, it destroyed the Roman Empire. So
Yeah.
Christianity did. So
Yeah, they pretty much did.
yeah,
But
no,
that's-
I
I'm-
agree with
I'm-
you. I mean, I'm not here. I'm not trying to debate with her anymore at all. I was just, I guess, with Cateyes bringing it up. I mean, I see her as just a sick lady that had a couple strokes and have moved on. So
Yeah. Well, and that's why I went over there to Jeff's stream tonight, because there were 5 people up there on the panel banging on that chick, just absolutely letting her have it. And if Jeff wants to have a one-on-one conversation with her, that's fine. You don't need 3 or 4 other people up there to have a conversation with Jen A and have them absolutely yelling at her and doing stuff like that. One, it shows that you can't handle her yourself. And that's why I went up on the panel, and that's what I said to those people that were up there. Get the fuck off of here. Let them have their one-on-one conversation. And they ended up doing that. Imagine that. It happened. And, it kind of de-escalated the situation. Jeff isn't calling in the FBI on her anymore for saying that, her sons are going to show up and beat his ass for him saying shit about her on the internet and blah, 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 blah. But, he needs to understand the same thing. She is who she is. You're not going to change who she is, So, it just, I don't know. Maybe I've seen it before. Maybe that's why I understand it.
Yeah, no, I've seen it many, many times, sadly. Living in Salt Lake City for a little bit definitely showed me that part of it.
Yep. FCC, what's going on, Big Pimpin'?
You're muted if you're speaking. Oh, maybe he walked away.
Yeah, on his one leg.
Bouncing out of the hot tub.
Yeah, he's hobbling out of the hot tub right now. He can't talk. No, I think there's, Jonathan. I think there's a bigger talk that needs to be had about religion in general. But doing it with Gen A is not necessarily. It's not the platform, not the person, and not the time. You know what I mean?
Agreed, 100%.
I enjoy, like, Edward is a good one to talk religion with. He's very, very intelligent when it comes to religion. I've had some very good conversations with him, and Gen A is just set in her ways, man. So, Jeff claims to be, or is, or whatever you want to be a pastor, or has been a pastor. And, if they want to sit up there and argue it out about who's right and who's wrong on their interpretation of a book that was put together and interpreted by man, okay, out of scripts, that's the one thing that I feel that never gets brought up. I mean, the Bible was put together by men, okay? It was put together from scripts that were found, and there are actual parts of the Bible that aren't in the Bible, that they were decided when they were putting it together. This doesn't need to be in there, Right. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene, for instance, isn't in there. There's a story, and I can't remember it. It has to do with the teenage years of Jesus Christ, where he was playing around with some kids and threw one of them off of a roof and brought him back to life, and everybody was mad at him. He's like, I don't see what the big deal is. He's alive, isn't he? So it was put together by man. The Bible was put together by man. So anything that was touched by man, it can be flawed. But that's a whole nother story. Oh God, Sabby just typed a paragraph in here.
Yes.
You're on the panel, right?
Yeah, but you're still fucking talking.
Well, tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you've never had a problem with doing that, Sabby.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm also trying to eat dinner. Do you guys want to hear me chop on my food?
I mean, whatever.
It's fine. I mean, you're already sending us ass pics, so
Yeah, right.
what are you eating for dinner? You didn't burn it, I hope. She's gonna come at me one day.
Yeah, she is. No, you're right, Sabby. You're right about that.
Seriously, do you guys want to sit here and listen to me chew on my food like everybody does locksmith?
I can't
I
hear you
mean, I
chewing.
don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care, but people in chat might.
That's true.
As long as Cateyes doesn't, you're fine.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
Oh.
That's what I say.
Cateyes hates listening to people chew food.
You still hanging in there with us, Cat Eyes?
No. Hold on.
I would say maybe Cateyes and FCC fell into the hot
Yeah.
together.
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah, see, that's not bad. I can almost understand what you're saying.
Cateyes hates listening to people eat food.
Is that why you turned your mic all the way up?
I'll just kick your fucking ass. That's all.
See?
FCC came up and didn't say a word.
Yeah, he did.
Initially, he did,
And then he muted.
and then I think we all think he fell in the hot tub now.
Hey, that's where my lotion went.
I'm
In
in
the
the
hot tub?
casino. I'm in the
Yeah, but he
casino
didn't say
gambling.
nothing.
So
Oh, you're in a casino? Yeah, are you winning? What are you playing?
not yet. Not yet.
What are you playing?
Oh, good for you. Hope you win.
Right now, I'm playing slots, so I'm just trying to keep it on the DL.
No.
Penny slots
Blackjack,
or
my
regular
man.
slots?
Right now, I'm playing dollar slots.
Ooh,
Oh, there you go.
big dollar there. They get expensive quick.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I hope you win something.
Thank you.
I'm a blackjack person myself when I go to
Mm.
casinos.
Not me. I always do penny. I do slot.
No, numbers are my super retard skill.
Who just sent me a message?
Not me.
Yeah, you won't now. I fixed that problem.
Well, why won't I? Would you block me?
No, you muted. Plus, you were just talking about the Bible, Nick. I mean, the original language it was written in was what, Hebrew and Greek, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Hebrew and yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been translated many times, and who knows if the translations were ever correct.
And my brain is a little foggy from the pain medication I'm on, so I apologize. But wasn't there the council of something in like 492 where they actually sat down and decided what books were going to be put into the Bible and what books were going to be left out?
I don't know. I hate the Bible.
I don't know. I have no idea. So
yeah, so there were I might actually have to look it up.
good night, Juniper.
Good night, Junie.
I don't know. I don't like the religions.
I'm spiritual myself, but not. I don't believe in a actual like all God or heaven and hell like that.
Honey, sweet dreams.
Okay.
I didn't have the best experiences growing up with religion.
Yeah, I didn't either.
No, going to high school in Salt Lake City and being the atheist, family on the block and the gay one did not go over so well with the LDS church.
Like, we were living in Texas. I was a little kid. I was maybe 9 years old.
You lived in Texas?
I've lived in 13 states. Don't get me started.
Oh, wow. I didn't know we had...
So we were on our way to church because my mom used to be this huge Bible thumper. And I got so sick riding in the car one day.
was like coming down with a cold or something, that I had to ask her to pull over because I was going to puke in the car. And oh my God, you don't puke in the car. Don't puke in any parent's car.
I would say don't puke
Well,
in
There it is. The process of culmination in 382 as the Council of Rome,
Shut up,
which was
Nick.
converted under the leadership of Pope.
Nick,
I'm just
shut up.
fucking figuring. I just got the answer to my fucking own question.
So-
yeah. Okay, so you're gonna puke in the car. Wow. Okay.
Well, my mom got so angry that she couldn't go to church because her daughter was sick, that I got punished for it.
Really? That's not fun.
Like, the whole time my mom was a Bible thumper before she became a witch was like fucking insane. I can't do religion.
Yeah.
But now my mom's a witch, so hey. Now we get along great.
Well, that's a good thing.
Okay, what were you saying, Nick?
It was the Bible that we're aware that we know today was actually put together in 382. The year 382. And that's when they decided what books were going to be left in the Bible and what books were going to be taken out of the Bible. Because there were many different writings that, that anything that made Jesus look to be less than the Son of God, that made him look to be anything human, were left out of the Bible, especially the New Testament. The Old Testament was kind of left alone, but when it came to the New Testament and the disciples and stuff like that, and the teachings of Jesus, anything that made him human, or like the story I was just telling him about, there's a gap. Jonathan helped me out here, from the time that he was born till the time he's about 30 years old, I think, in the New Testament, that they just don't talk about him.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And I'd have to look that up too, because like I said, my brain's a little bit foggy, but there were scrolls and stuff that talked about that time frame of his life. They were just chose not to be put into the New Testament because it made him look more human, and they wanted to keep him as the Son of God, as a deity. So now that I've thoroughly bored y'all with my lack of knowledge, but that's the problem with somebody like Jenna who takes it word for word. If it was put together by a human, if it was decided what was going to be in the Bible by humans, then it's obviously fallible to an extent. You know what I mean? Just my opinion.
No, I agree with you.
All right, I just made all my money back. Good.
You better leave.
Nice.
Leave.
I know. Yeah, that's what the logical person would do, right?
Right.
Like, I'm
No
not
one ever
gonna-
said you
Or
were
go to-
logical.
Or go to the craps table and put it all
But
on.
wait, I
Black
can
28.
make more. I can make more.
Yeah.
You in Vegas are. I don't know if they have casinos in
They have,
California.
they have casinos in Cali.
Yeah, we've got the Indian reservations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
We
yeah.
quite like out here.
Hell, we got casinos in Ohio now. It used to be, I mean, 20 years ago, you could go to Wheeling, West Virginia. They had a casino there. Or you could go up to the reservations in New York, the Indian reservations in New York. They had casinos. Or you could go to Detroit. But now they have casinos all over the place. Oh, you could go on to the Ohio River also. down in Cincinnati. They had the casino boats, but
Oh.
pretty much they have casinos all over the place now.
Yeah, the only place I've ever seen them win money is in New Orleans.
Yeah, I did good in Vegas when I was out there. I made
Always.
money on blackjack, and my buddy and I just because we were sitting around to get drunk, we're playing nickel slots, and I made like $2,000 on nickel slots getting drunk. I don't know how the hell that happened, and I made some money playing blackjack, but I was out there for bowling tournaments, so
Nice. So you bowl professionally, huh?
I did.
You did?
For a
Yeah.
short time. Yeah. Pretty expensive hobby to have when you're funding yourself and didn't have sponsors, but I was all right.
Not bad.
I got when I was doing it, it was before I got married, I was
Oh.
married but didn't have a kid.
How
You
dare
know,
you?
But then you have to decide, okay, do I want to raise my family or do I want to chase this dream? And I chose raising the family, but I don't know. I got something like 17 or 18 perfect games. So, but I haven't bowled in probably about 5 years because of the work schedule I was on. Now I'm going to be able to go back to doing it probably next fall, bowl some leagues and have some fun and make some money again. You make more money doing like side pots and amateur tournaments than you do like bowling actual PBA events anymore.
Gotcha.
It's kind of funny how that works. It's because it's expensive to bowl out on tour. It really is. And I mean, I haven't done it in 20 years. So okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot I wasn't muted. I sent my sister a picture of my ass.
You're
She
just
said
on a
that-
roll with your ass tonight, aren't you?
Well, she said, sorry, just got off work, ass. So I sent her a picture of my ass. Then she said, the kids should call you Aunt Fanny.
Aunt Fanny.
Fanny. What is? You should send it. Yeah, you want to scare one of
You
your
should
adult sons?
Just mass
one of
send
your
it to
adults.
everybody on fucking Instagram. I mean, you've already sent it to half the people on there anyways.
No, I
Nothing-
haven't. Do you have any idea how many people I have on IG?
Sabby, go start your OnlyFans. Come on now.
Yeah. Sabby and Locke's OnlyFans. You're going to have him up there
Who
twerking.
said I was paying Locke?
No one said you were going to pay him, but you could definitely collect something.
We can find that video of Locke fucking twerking.
Breathe, Cateyes. Breathe, Cateyes. Cateyes. Cateyes! Hello?
Cateyes.
Breathing savvy.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ, woman, you just scared the shit out of me.
I was coughing, savvy. Excuse me, so I was covering my mouth. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Sabby, shut the fuck up. I was kidding.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, that
Yeah,
woman's
shut
told
the
me to
fuck up,
shut the
Zabby.
fuck up for almost 2.5 years now.
Just keep sending your fucking ass out.
Okay, hold on. Let me get another angle.
Another angle.
Who's taking the photo, Locke?
I took it myself.
Oh,
He's too busy fucking doing other shit.
Why do you think it looks like I was bent over? Bent over and stuck it out.
it doesn't look like it is.
That's because it's not his. Why are you
Well,
talking about
it
my ass?
kinda
Go back
is.
to talking
It
about the
kinda-
Bible.
It kind of is his ass.
No, your
I
ass
mean-
is more interesting than the
Yeah,
Bible.
that's
Look at that.
FCC, you gotta play roulette. Signed, Penny.
What number should FCC put it on?
Just put it on black or red.
I said number, not colors.
Yeah, I'll just.
Who the
Oh.
hell are you sending it to now?
FCC
I
like,
haven't
nope.
sent my ass to anybody yet.
That's a lie.
Yeah, there we go.
Not since the last time.
Okay, there you go.
FCC got a picture of it. That was the last person I sent it to. No, I lied. I'm sorry. I sent it to Juniper. She was the last person I sent it to.
See?
Don't even know
My
who you
bad, I
sent the
lied.
ass to anymore.
Well, we
Let's see.
lost FCC.
Yeah, he dropped.
He must have hit it big or something.
Oh,
That
I'll
or-
send my ass to Mr. Samuel.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
or all the
Samuel.
ass talk. He had to hang up because he's in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta text him. Hold on, I'm gonna
Wait.
send him Cateyes panel.
Who are you? Is that for luck or? Is
Mr.
that...
Samuel.
Oh, Samuel. Wait, who? Wait, remember? Oh, wait, Samuel's the one that likes to play pool.
Cool. Yeah.
Uh huh.
Okay, making sure I have the right one.
Yeah, I texted him a picture of my ass and in
A
the
link to the
StreamYard
panel.
link. Yeah.
He's probably gonna come in here like, what the fuck's going on in here?
Yeah.
How come
I'm
he
at the
changed
new
his name
topless.
again?
Because he's probably being trolled again by somebody. He has been trolled, treated like shit. He's been doxxed. He's been harassed. A girl he knows has been
Wow.
harassed.
From
And
people
he's
that we
been
know?
fucking harassed again. And he just constantly keeps getting hit because he's hanging out with us.
Oh. I wasn't aware of that.
And he's decided that he wants to hang out with
'Cause he's
people
hanging out
that
with
are
us?
real. He wants to hang out with people that are honest. He wants to hang out with people that will speak their mind. And he just wants to avoid the drama and the bullshit. So he hangs out with us.
Good for him. That's why I'm here.
That's why he's here.
And if you can keep it a secret, I tend to like you guys. You're pretty cool.
Yeah, like Samuel's gone through a lot of fucking shit.
Most of us on this side have.
So when
Yeah.
he changed his name, I figure he's probably going through more shit. People are treating him like crap again.
I tell you what, when people from like mine and Edwards and Angela's past started showing up over here, it felt like Armageddon to me. It was people like I thought that we had left behind. then the next thing you know, Denise is over here and Aaron's over here, and I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, for me, it crossed over into real life for a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It did. I've been lucky. I mean, I try to keep a low profile because I don't want it to cross over into my real life. I mean, my kid, you don't hear me talk about my kid, but my son was just sworn in as a Marine here about a month ago. So, that he's 19, so he's going to be heading off to boot camp
What's he
here
doing,
soon.
Nick?
He's doing good. He just finished up school here last week. And so now he's just waiting for the day that he gets shipped off to boot camp. So
Yeah.
he's doing PT 2 or 3 times a week with a group of people. He's already lost the weight that he needed to lose to get in. They when he signed in, they said, "Hey, okay, you got to lose 20 pounds. You got to do this. You got to do that." He's made and done all those things already. So he's just waiting for the day they call him and say, "Be here, and you're on your way to boot camp." So he's doing well.
You got to be very proud, man.
Good for him.
That's awesome.
I'm proud, but scared to death too.
Yeah.
At the same time, I really am.
Do you love me or do you just love the coffee?
I love you,
Hey,
Locke.
I said, do you love me or do you just love the coffee?
Was he able to at least find the coffee this time?
Yeah.
Nick said, I love you, Locke.
See, I didn't even hear a reply. Let's see. I'm hurt.
You should see his eyeballs.
Don't make me laugh. That makes my fucking
Locke
mouth
don't
hurt.
even know what the hell's going on.
I told Locksmith that I love him, and he goes, I love you too, and walked off. And I said, do you love me or do you love the coffee? And Nick goes, I love you, Locke.
Yeah, but as far as my son going into the Marines, I'm 100%. I'm absolutely proud of him. That like a couple years ago, I was wondering what he was going to do with his life, and he was in high school when the COVID shit hit, and they started making you do the at-home schooling, and he did horrible at it. And got behind and stuff like that, but he busted his ass and graduated. Ooh. And decided he wanted to be a Marine. And I said, well, I'm proud of you, but at the same time, I'm scared to death. I mean, the political atmosphere in the world right now is not the best, and so I'm scared for him in those regards, but I'm proud that he's made a choice and that he's doing something with his life. So I can't he's an adult now. It's his choice. I'm just glad that he's chose a direction. He's a good kid.
It's good to hear.
So
thank you and him for your service.
Well, I didn't do nothing. It's all
well,
him.
No. Weren't you in the military at one point?
No, I've never been in the military.
I'm sorry. I thought you were for some reason.
I just like guns.
Nice. That works.
I just sent Jan my ass a phone number and said, call me anytime.
A lot of my family served, Jonathan. My brother did. My dad was military reserve.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, I was born on a naval base. My father did 30 years in the Navy. My stepfather was in the Navy for 10 years, and then my stepbrother is now. But
yeah,
it's just. And then before that, grandfather was in the Navy. Great grandfather was Navy. I mean, just
yeah. The coolest thing that I have is it would be my great grandfather was in World War I. Let's see, it was my dad's grandfather, so it would have been my great grandfather. He served in the Army Corps of Engineers, and he kept a diary when he was overseas. And reading that is a very interesting read. If you're into that type of stuff, to see what it was like from the perspective of one person, you really get to understand what the fog of war is, and how they only understand what's going on in a 100-yard area around them. It's really kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, my father was in Desert Storm, so I mean, I've heard some of his stories about stuff like that.
You're talking about 91?
Yeah, 91.
Yeah. Now, my brother got out like just before Desert Storm happened. And he was in the Army. He did, I don't know, God, he was in for over a decade, but they weren't, when he got out, they weren't aware that Desert Storm was going to happen yet. So they were actually paying people to retire early or get out of the service early. And he took that and got out then. But yeah.
Yeah, my father was on an aircraft carrier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were sending planes in to bomb and, stuff like that constantly, apparently.
Yeah, I remember, I mean, I was pretty young. I would have been, let's see, in 91, I'd have been 13 years old. But
I was 6 years old.
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, I just remember it on the watching it on the TVs every day, and being on every news station, and them talking about the sorties, how many sorties the aircrafts were doing every day, and the bomb, how many bombs they were dropping, and this and that and the other thing, and it was kind of, to me, the Desert Storm was kind of an unfinished war. We kind of slapped them around a little bit and then stopped. And unfortunately went back in less than a decade later. I don't think we should have went back in, but that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you. The Middle East has always been,
throughout
history.
Yeah, I was going to say, for thousands of years they've been fighting over there.
And we created some of the same mess that we're fighting against. I mean, us in the Soviet Union back in the day were.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Soviet-Afghan war in the 80s, the CIA was in there doing the same thing that Iran and the Soviet Union is doing in Iraq and Syria right now to us.
Right.
I mean, it's the truth. I just got done reading a book on it. It's really kind of just the way things have gone, unfortunately. The wars that the shadow wars, I guess you could say, the wars that the intelligence services back certain people in these places to fight against the superpowers. But I mean, if you look at what going on in Ukraine right now, I think that's a pretty good example of, I mean, of course, I don't think Russia has nearly the military strength that they claim to have. I mean, they almost had a coup.
Yeah, well, I think part of that though too. I think there's so much corruption in Russia that they may have spent all the money on their military, but it did not go to their military. It was
that's
pocketing,
very true.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell just from the maintenance aspects of their equipment. But
who was it? Prigozhin, who had the paramilitary group that was doing most of their fighting. He mysteriously died in a plane crash when he decided he was going to march on Moscow. Because he was getting sick and tired of not getting reinforced, not getting ammo, not getting anything that he needed for his troops.
Right.
And he turned his forces around and started marching on Moscow. And within 6 months, he died in a mysterious plane crash.
Yeah. Well, there was no way Putin was going to allow him to live.
Yeah. No, he wasn't going to live after that.
Yeah, but Russia is not the one I'm scared of. It's more North Korea at this point.
Well, it's almost like they're creating an axis, kind of like what World War II was,
right?
To be honest, between
against NATO,
against NATO, you've got Russia, you've got Russia, North Korea, and China. China's the one that really.
China was really be scared. The only thing that's helping us there is that we have an ocean between us.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
Cateyes, did you fall asleep yet?
She Edwarded us.
I think she did.
I'm listening to the two guys talking.
Why aren't you participating?
Do you not hear me?
No.
I'm listening to the two guys talking.
No, you're supposed to participate.
We've probably bored her to death.
Yeah, more than likely.
because I don't interrupt. Excuse me, Savvy. Stop being so fucking rude.
We obviously bored Savvy to death.
Right. That's why she's had to say something.
Well, she must be done eating.
Yeah, she must be
Jonathan
done
and
eating
Nick,
by now.
please continue your conversation.
I can talk about this stuff all night. I'm a history buff.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Well,
love
I
history.
mean,
Just
I
pretty
like
much too.
I when I'm at work at night, I have audiobooks that I'm listening to. Like I just got done listening to another one about Gettysburg. I like Civil War history. That's probably my favorite era to study.
Me, it's more Roman and Greek, back in more like before the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it funny how all civilizations end up collapsing?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's the one
That's
thing
what
that
worries me.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, every civilization, every large civilization that there's ever been ends up collapsing.
Yeah, when
That
America,
scares
though,
the shit
luckily
out
it's
of
still
me.
pretty young, but still.
Yeah, yeah. And
But
it's
technology
always
may have.
because of greed and stuff like that. The richer get richer, the poorer get poorer, and eventually, you know.
Yeah, I worry about our future as a race and, a world at this rate we're going.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. That's
Technology, I think, just has escalated things faster, is what, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. The ability to reach out and touch someone from thousands of miles away, or to sit behind what we would consider a video game console and bomb somebody. The human cost. It isn't like what it used to be when you think about Napoleonic tactics, where they stood in lines of people, 1,000 people wide, and marched at each other to within 15 paces and shot each other.
Right.
The tactics have definitely changed, but I like studying the military tactics. I'm one of those guys who watches the seminars from the Army War College, that they put on that talks about military tactics and really you can look at the Civil War, and then the Crimean War is the predecessors to World War One, where they realize that the first part of the war moves very fast, and then they end up digging into trenches, and that was kind of the transition from the Napoleonic War to what we consider modern warfare. And then now it's gone. You had World War One, World War Two, which were very large unit tactics.
Right.
Which has now gone into small unit tactics, like it did in Vietnam, where they would helicopter, small units and behind enemy lines and so on and so forth. And they use the same stuff in Afghanistan, to be honest. And some of it didn't work so well. Like there was a movie that just came out that caused me to read the book. I think the author was Jake Tapper. It was called The Outpost. It was on Netflix, and it's a very good read. It's one of the most recent. I think it's one of the only, or one of the few battles where there were 2 living Medal of Honor winners to come out of it. Where they basically set up an outpost in the bottom of a valley with 1,000-foot peak mountains all the way around it. And I don't know, like sometimes I wonder if the military understands what the hell they're doing. That's what scares the hell out of me about my son going into the military. Studying as much about it as I have, and reading as much about it as I have. That's what scares the hell out of me about my son going into the military.
Well, hopefully we stay at peace, and it's all just political.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is right now, but our military trained for decades for a war in Europe. We weren't prepared to be fighting in the Middle East, and Unfortunately, I think that if things continue the way that they are, we're going to get the war in Europe that we had been training for 30 or 40 years.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Well, I hope not too, obviously, but
Yeah.
Ukraine is a powder keg.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Well,
we
all
just
they,
accepted Sweden into NATO.
yep, that's all
Another.
the other day.
Yep.
Biden's,
And-
I think, his State of the Union address. He mentioned that.
Yep. Yes, he did.
And then
So,
Finland just got in too, right?
yep, Finland was before that, and Ukraine is wanting in a bad way.
Well, Ukraine, yeah. Well, Ukraine's already applied. I mean, they're willing to accept. It's just obviously they're not going to let them in NATO while they're at war with Russia.
Well, that's the problem. Article 5 then becomes a thing, and if Ukraine becomes NATO, Article 5 then becomes where NATO has to become involved, and we have to then put troops on the ground.
Yep.
And who was it? There was
and I think
the
China
French
would come to Russia's aid.
Well, yeah, and then that's the big war that everybody's Iran, China, North. Well, I don't know about North Korea so much, but definitely Iran and China for sure.
Yeah,
but I think there was a mistake I was reading the other day where there was a misinterpretation. I think it was a French prime minister screwed up and said there was already NATO troops on the ground in Ukraine, and everybody was walking that back. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. No, there's not. That was a misunderstood translation. He said that they don't want to keep that off of the table. He wasn't saying that they were actually on the ground already.
Yeah, because Russia's the only one I think that Russia and North Korea I think will use nukes, whereas China's come out and has very publicly said they will never use nukes unless they're attacked on their own homeland.
Right.
That's the other part that was, I mean, but Russia has the most nukes in the world.
I think we're neck and neck with them.
Yeah, I know we're right. I know us and China are like almost the same, and then I think Russia has just a few more.
I know that we've been disarming, at a pace for years, and disarming nukes at a certain pace, and I'd have to look up the numbers. I can't remember, but I know it's 1, 2, 3, U.S., China, and Russia. I'm not sure which order, but I think if nukes are going to be used, they would be of the tactical type. I don't think anybody wants to just totally annihilate civilization. They talk about the use of tactical nukes, which is still not a good thing. But more or less what we would call a dirty bomb. But then, Russia is not necessarily the brightest military. They invaded Ukraine and took over Chernobyl, and we're told not to dig entrenchments around Chernobyl.
Yeah, and they did it anyways.
And they did it anyways, and irradiated all of their troops, and they all got radiation poisoning. So it was, come on.
Well, and have you seen the latest news on that power plant they took over from Ukraine, which is the biggest one? I forget what it's called, but they're down to one line of power, no emergency power left.
I know that a few months ago they blew the Novakhovka Dam in the southern part of Ukraine, and they came close to flooding one of their other power plants in the southern part of Ukraine. But they were worried about the cooling ponds that they had around there. I'm not sure whatever happened there. But apparently everything was okay. But yeah, I mean, the funny part about that dam, I believe it's the Novakhovka Dam, if I remember correctly. It's the same dam that the Russians blew in World War II to stop the Nazi advance.
Oh,
So it's been blown up twice. I know that Ukraine is now targeting a main bridge between the mainland of Ukraine and
Yeah, but they hit the major fuel refinery that Putin uses over there in today. I know they did that,
Yeah.
and they knocked that completely out. It
yeah.
blew up
Well, they've
big.
been attacking a lot in Crimea.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was
Yeah.
a huge refinery in Crimea that Putin was using for all his refueling, and they
Yeah.
managed to knock that out today, a couple hours ago.
Oh, really? I hadn't seen
Yeah, no,
that yet.
they blew up the whole thing. They blew up big. It's if you see the video, it's pretty
I'll go
interesting.
check it out.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Mercado?
Yes, I do sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. Yeah, his coverage of Ukraine has been very good. I think very. I mean, he's obviously pro-Ukrainian, which
Right.
I kind of am too. I mean, Russia fucking invaded them in 2014, and then we just kind of let them go and said, okay, and they kept what they had, and then they started advancing again and tried to take the whole country. We let them have Crimea, we let them have the areas in eastern Ukraine, and then I hate to say it, but Biden takes over, and they decide, okay, we're gonna. Well, the 2-year anniversary of it was. Just
A
last
couple
month.
weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Well, where they started their advance and then got their ass kicked out. They're basically back to where the lines were drawn back in 2014 when they originally started the invasion of Russia. But
Right.
when they did that shit, they were saying, oh, no, we're not doing it. They were having all their units take their patches off and all that stuff. And, no, Russia's not doing this. Fucking idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But that's the one, that's one place that I'm concerned about. And then there's I'm going to fuck this up. What is it? The Strait of Hormuz? In between Yemen and Egypt, where the Houthis, the Iranian-backed Houthis, are launching missiles at the ships that are sailing into the Red Sea. That's a powder keg that's gonna kick off if they don't stop that shit. The only thing we're doing is lobbing missiles back at them.
Right.
The Israeli conflict that's going on right now is not a good thing. If my memory serves me correctly, there has not been a time in the last 1,000+ years there hasn't been a war going on someplace in the world. I don't know exactly what the number is, and I haven't read it in a while. I'd have to look it up. I just don't have the energy to do that right now, but there's been wars going on all over the world for thousands of years, so I don't expect it to stop anytime soon. So yeah, that's the type of shit I think about now with my son going into the Marines.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I pay a little bit more attention to it,
Yeah.
I guess I paid attention to it before, but I studied the old school military history more than I did, current stuff, I guess. Like when we went into Iraq in 2003, I was one of the guys that had the wool pulled over my eyes, I guess you could say. I was like, yeah, go get those weapons of mass destruction that weren't there in Iraq, and
Right. Right. Yeah.
that was me. I was like, yeah, fuck that. They have weapons of mass destruction. Go take them out. That was obviously why we went there. I don't understand. And we fucked things up bad when we did that, because then we took all of our resources away from Afghanistan, which we legitimately should have been there.
Yeah, after
fighting
9/11.
against,
Yeah.
yep, the one place we should have legitimately been took all of our resources out of there and stuck them in Iraq. And then stuff went to hell in Afghanistan. Excuse me, stuff went to hell in Afghanistan. And, you know, I don't know. We made some very dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Marched Colin Powell in front of the UN with a whole bunch of fake propaganda about mobile chemical factories in Iraq and stuff like that, and made him the scapegoat for our invasion of Iraq. I didn't think that was. He was probably the one good man left in that fucking in that, I guess, regime with Bush and Cheney and Condoleezza Rice, and they took the one guy that had any credibility left and marched him in front of the UN to spread all of the lies and the propaganda about yellow cake uranium and weapons of mass destruction and mobile chemical labs and all of that crap that turned out to be absolute lies. And his political career was over after that, which is a shame.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, I'm not a Republican, but man, I would take Bush back right now out of everything else compared to what we have right now.
Well, yeah, I would agree with you on that. I would definitely rather have, like, these last few elections, and you know, Edward and I have spent a lot of time talking about this. You know, I'm not a Trump person. I'm more of a moderate. I would lean Republican. I'm definitely not a Trump Republican. I can tell you that. Okay. But I hate elections where you're voting for the lesser of two evils. And, you know, I wasn't going to vote for Hillary. Sorry. Not voting for Hillary, you know. Wasn't going to vote for Biden. Not going to vote for Biden again. And I'm not voting for Trump. So, you know.
Yep. I get that. I consider myself pretty moderate too, except on, you know, social issues, I definitely lean more Democratic, blue. But, you know, on financial stuff and stuff like that, I'm definitely more conservative.
Yeah, for sure, sure. Well, I mean, it's no secret that. Well, I mean, I think that the country was in better shape.
I believe you just need balance. We need balance in government. You can't have one side take it all over like that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I agree 100%, and that's exactly what's happened. It's either, you know, Bidenomics or the Trump way. You know, it's all small government with the Republicans, or it's large government with the Democrats, where they can take control over everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I have a problem with the government having control over everything. They really don't. They don't do good at managing stuff very well. We have a fiat currency as it is right now. We don't even have a gold-backed currency. We just keep printing more money and raising interest rates, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that the national debt is down like $200 billion right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Year. Yeah. No, it's actually been dropping. So.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But,
no, it's still at the all-time highest it's ever been. But.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's still.
But that's not, you know, for the last. I mean, that's both sides' fault on that one. But.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they've both been spending money like no other. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's got to be. Well, in the long run, we end up paying for it. It's coming out of our pockets. That's the bottom line. I mean, I agree that we need more. Like after World War II, we had this manufacturing boom in this country, and it's true that the country was built on the middle class. But now so much of our stuff is purchased from overseas, and those are jobs. You know, those are jobs that don't get done here in America, and I have a problem with that. Being in the industry that I'm in, I watched a company, and it was funny. And this was, I'm going to say, about 15 years ago now. They had a division here in the United States, and they had a division that was coming out of China. The scrap rate of the parts coming out of China was between 70 and 80%, but they didn't care because they were charging one man 25 cents an hour to run 8 machines. Where over here, they were charging one man $25 an hour to run 1 machine. So they didn't care if they had to scrap out 70% of the parts that were coming from China. They were still making money on them. Or if they had to rework the parts. It's just the way that manufacturing went. And then there was a lot of the plants that moved to Mexico. You know what I mean? Cheap labor. It's the industry that I'm in. The wages are not going up. The prices of everything are going up. The prices of everyday life are going up, but the wages that they pay the workers are not going up. And it's been like that for almost a decade now. Kind of sad.
Yeah, and our minimum wage here in Colorado goes up every year. So, I mean, it's at $18 right now.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is here in Ohio. I think it's 15 something, but
I know. Well,
I'd have to
Texas is
check.
still like $7.65.
Yeah, it really depends on where you're at. But yeah, I'm really not looking forward to this upcoming election. I really am not. I was hoping that, I'm not going to lie, I was hoping that Trump would get charged with some type of felony that would not allow him to run. And,
I still think he's going to end up in jail before the election's over. But
who
would take his place though at this point?
It would be. There's still a scenario, and I know that Edward and I chatted about it, where he could still maintain his presidency, and be like hauled out of Leavenworth and become the president. Like he could pardon himself.
Not against like states if he gets convicted from a state.
Well, the Supreme Court just ruled that the states cannot leave him off the ballots.
Right, but they're not going to say that he can't. But if state charges him, the state governor has to pardon him.
Yeah, that would be true.
So
I think at that point it would be the vice president and then the Speaker of the House, right?
Yeah.
So it would be whoever he nominates as his vice president, and then if that didn't happen, it would be the Speaker of the House. It would be the standard. What do they call that?
The line of succession.
Yeah, line of succession. Yeah.
Agreed. Hey, LB, how are you?
Hey, LB. Hey, Crossroads. I'm not gonna lie. I was a Trump guy. Up until he lost the election. And the shit that he did after he lost the election, kicking and screaming like a little kid and putting out all the lies, the fake lawsuits. And I believe that he was responsible in part for what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. And the reason that I have a problem with that is because what they did was to stop a constitutionally mandated process.
Exactly.
Above and beyond everything, I'm a constitutionalist before I'm a Republican or a Democrat or anything in that. And what they were doing was a constitutionally mandated process, and he whipped up his supporters to march down there to that Capitol. And there were thousands and thousands of people there that day. I'm not saying they were all involved in what happened that day. I know people who were there. I think we all know people who were, at least somebody who was there.
I agree.
But it only took 750 or 1,000 of them to go inside and act like fucking idiots and cause what happened to happen. And I think he was just as responsible for that. The Proud Boys, what was the other group with Stuart Rhodes? All of the ones that are basically in jail now.
Yeah.
So, I think what is that? The help me out here, Jonathan. Is that the 14th Amendment?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
they're really trying to, yeah.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court ruling made absolutely no sense to me.
I know that.
Yeah.
Well,
so, I mean,
they basically kicked it back to Congress, didn't they?
Yeah, but they completely. So they're saying that only Congress can vote that somebody cannot be on a ballot. But what if someone's been convicted of crimes? I mean, that to me should also be included. It's just the way they ruled on that just makes no sense to me. But
yeah, it didn't to me either. I
didn't
listened
think
to the oral arguments on that, and
I don't think he should have been banned from the ballot just because he hasn't been convicted of a crime yet, and he hasn't, been impeached technically. Well, been removed from office. So if we follow the law or follow the Constitution, I mean, yeah, but to tell the states that yeah, it's just
it's weird.
The way they ruled on that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
I actually listened to the oral arguments before the Supreme Court on that for Colorado. Yeah. And they made a lot of good points. The guy who was arguing for Colorado made a lot of good points.
Yeah.
And, I expected with a very Republican leaning Supreme Court for them to rule in favor of keeping Trump on the ballot, but I didn't expect it to be a unanimous vote.
Yeah, all 9 of them ruled the same. It makes no sense to me at all. Which I think they destroyed a lot of their credit. The Supreme Court destroyed a lot of their credibility.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, they are the supreme law of the land, and if that's what they rule, I mean, I think that they are right that it should be in the hands of Congress, and I think if Congress is gonna they need to Georgia needs to step it up here. Is there going to be a ruling before the election? Is he going to be a felon? I do believe that he tried to tamper with the election in Georgia, or at least the aftermath of the election in Georgia. And they're attacking the DA who's trying to prosecute the case instead of actually prosecuting the case. I find that very odd. Also, what is that? Fannie Willis, is that her name? Going after her about the fact that she might have had a sexual relationship with somebody and didn't record $100 worth of dinners on something.
Yeah,
it's
BS.
Yeah, it really is. But they really need to get on with it. We're running out of time here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. No, yeah, I agree.
I mean, we really are. If it's really, Trump's going to get the Republican nomination. They're all starting to, the last. He is the king of playing games and.
Oh yeah, he's
technicality.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He definitely
is.
He's
be broke though in the process. But if he gets into the White House, I don't think he would ever release power unless he dies. Honestly.
Well, he tried his damnedest not to release power the last time.
Yeah, but I think this time he might succeed in that.
Well,
I hope not, but I don't know. That's my biggest fear.
Well, luckily,
getting more and more
within the Constitution that doesn't allow him to do that. I think that he tried his damnedest to skirt around the Constitution using Pence, using fake lawsuits all over the country. I mean, even in Arizona, where the Republicans demanded a recount and they still lost. The fake lawsuits in Michigan with the counting machines. It was, it was such a clusterfuck. The worst thing that happened when Trump got elected is a whole bunch of liberals cried. Okay, when Biden got elected, people actually started mobilizing and doing shit that was illegal. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I cannot stand behind that, and I just find that very, very hard to get behind for him to get in for another 4 years. There was a have you seen the Comey Rule? It's a documentary that came out, and it's pretty one-sided. Obviously a lot of these, it's a docudrama, I guess would be the more
Yeah,
way to. Yeah, it's worth watching. If you get into political stuff, it's worth watching. It's based on the book that James Comey wrote after Trump fired him as director of the FBI, and it talks about the stuff that that Trump did, and the stuff that they found that they thought was illegal, and how basically he went through and fired everybody at the DOJ and the FBI. who he thought was investigating him, and it's true. That's what he did.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting election season.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of people like me that don't know who the fuck to vote for. I really don't know who to vote for. I really don't. I will not vote for Trump. I mean, Biden's a fucking vegetable. Say what you want to say about him, but he's a fucking vegetable, man. He really
should
is.
read his book one day. Read his book.
Biden?
Yeah, his one about losing his sons and stuff.
Yeah.
He's had so much loss in his life.
Yeah. I get that.
It kind of changed my life, because I lost my husband 8 years ago, actually, as of last week, and
I'm sorry.
That book really helped me get out of that funk. But
yeah,
that's why I have a lot of respect for him. But from that perspective, but yeah. And another thing right now, my 401k is doing well. So yeah, but presidents I know don't have that much authority over that. So
right. Like some of the problems that I have with Biden is he created some of the laws that that were some of the most racially biased laws on drugs that put.
I know. He created the war
back
on drugs,
in the 90s. He created the war on drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, but he may have wrote it, but he all the members of Congress voted on it. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, and granted, he has come out, I believe, and said that he made the wrong. He didn't do it the way it did not work out as he thought it would.
Yeah, about 30 years too late.
Yeah, I agree, but he did come out that way. But better late than never, I guess. But I also think Obama kind of changed him as a politician a little bit too. Yeah. No, I would agree with that. My biggest problem, I think, with Biden at this point is his mental faculties and his age. Well, they both going to be they both would be the oldest president in U.S. history. So
well, Trump is just a retard.
He's only 4 years younger than Biden,
right? But
so.
I mean, he seems to be a little bit. I mean, as much as I hate to say this, he seems to be there a little bit more mentally. It seems like Biden has lost a little bit more between his ears, and relies a lot more on the people around him. In my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't think either of them are fit for office.
No, but and also you look at anyone that's smart right now would stay as far away from politics as they can. which
Yeah.
is why we don't get any good candidates right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
can you
that's-
imagine anyone that's? I mean, Trump was just his ego got him, but that's the only reason why I think he entered. But if you look at, I mean, anyone that's smart, anyone that's good with business or anything, they're like, hell no, they wouldn't want to get anywhere near the presidency or politics or anything like that.
Right. Well, I mean, even Nikki Haley waited as long as she could to drop out of the race. You know,
I think she should have stayed in until up until as long as she could have, because if he does get convicted, I mean, I thought she would have a chance, but that's if, yeah.
But now what's going to happen is, Trump's going to win the Republican nomination, and whoever he runs with as a vice president, then if he doesn't get if Trump for somebody doesn't get elected, it's whoever he has as vice president.
If he's smart, he'll make Nikki Haley his VP.
Yeah. There was somebody else that he was talking about making his VP, and I can't remember who it was. More of a independent. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to vote independent this time, but
yeah, I kind of did. You see the big ad that RFK Jr. put out during the Super Bowl?
I did not.
He put out a real large ad during the Super Bowl, and I think a lot of votes for him could affect some of the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, LB, that's exactly where I'm at too. That's exactly where I'm at. Yeah, Trump is much scarier than Biden is. At least Biden, I think, has some people around him that have their faculties about him. Trump surrounds himself with yes men, people who are afraid to argue with him, and if they are afraid to argue with him, they get the boot real quick.
Yeah, because he'll fire him if they do argue with him.
That's right. Do as I say. That's the way it should be.
Yep.
So. Did we lose Cateyes?
Oh, no, she
I'm
is.
here.
Oh, cool.
Did we lose Sabby?
I think we lost Sabby.
I do too.
No, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
just playing a puzzle while I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
No wonder you still are here then. If you're playing the puzzle. You're not playing Nazi tonight? Oh, I forgot Juniper already went to bed.
Yeah. Oh, Angela just came in, so.
Hello, Angela.
Yeah, Angela's here now.
Angela, you need to come save me. We've been talking about politics for the last hour. I need to come soon. Oh yeah, Angela, we're going to compare your twerking video with Locke's twerking video.
Yeah. And Savvy's been sending around ass pics, just so you know, Ange.
Savvy, you got someone new.
Well, I am getting a little bit tired. So I am going to let y'all go. I appreciate you letting me up here.
Keeping my panel going.
Well, thanks for letting me up here.
I appreciate both of you keeping my panel going.
No problem. And Nick, that was great conversation, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jonathan. I love intelligent conversation, man. I really do. It's hard. It's kind of hard to find sometimes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So
thank you as always.
Yeah, and who says that both sides can't talk peacefully and debate things?
That's the way it's supposed to be, man. It's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way the country is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to sit down with people who have opposing views on things and talk about it. and learn from each other. I mean, that's the thing. If you're so closed-minded that you can't learn from somebody else, then you never learn. You stay closed-minded. And you know, I've learned stuff from you tonight, Jonathan. I hope you've learned some stuff from me. And
Yeah, definitely.
you know, that's what this is all supposed to be about. Nobody is 100% right, and nobody is 100% wrong. The answer is always somewhere down the middle. Always.
See,
So, all right, y'all. You have a good night.
see, Sabby, this is what my fucking panel was about tonight.
Everyone getting along and having fun.
No, it was about her. It was about her sending her ass pics to everybody.
That's what I tried to tell her it was about, but she wasn't listening.
All right, you have a good one, Nick.
Have a good one, y'all. Take care.
What the hell, Nick? You ain't going to bed yet.
Well, I'm not going to bed yet, but I've been up here yapping for fucking like 2 hours.
Leave Nick
Well, you're
alone.
good at it.
Yeah, I'm running out of things to
They were
yap
talking about a couple of things. That's what my title says.
Yeah. What would you like to yap about, Sabby?
Have a good one.
Oh,
Nick.
I'm not very talkative. I already started drinking.
Okay,
Oh.
wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute, Jonathan. Hold on. So
Oh,
you're not
Lord.
very talkative
She showed
because
her
you
ass
started
not to be
drinking? You showed your ass before you started drinking?
Yeah.
What's going to happen now?
I don't know.
Where's Locke at?
He's probably in the office listening to a stock right now.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
She's gonna start sending the other side different pics.
I don't
soon.
know. Pull up, Locke.
I don't talk to the other side. Fuck them.
No, I didn't say. I don't mean the other side lies in the other side. I
Now,
mean the
Locke
other
is
side of you.
I don't know what Locke's doing.
Pull up, Locke.
All right. Well, I've been up here for a little bit for over 2 hours. I got to get going.
Yeah, I have been too.
So I will talk to you both later, or all
All
three
right.
of you later.
All
Thank
right,
you,
take
Nick,
care,
as
Jonathan.
always.
Okay,
Appreciate
good
it,
night.
Cat Eye. Great to see your
Oh,
ass.
Locke's in
Sabby.
chat.
There he is.
Uh-oh.
You're in trouble now, Sabby.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Fuck my life.
Thank you, Jonathan. Have
You damn
a good night.
snitches. How do I download this?
Pull up, Locke. Pull up, Angela.
Oh shit, Angela's in here?
Yeah.
I sent her my
Is
ass
Locke
pic
doing
too.
dishes?
Locke never has to do dishes. If he wants to do dishes, he's more than welcome to. But that man never has to do dishes.
Wow, that's awesome.
It is not my requirement.
Good for him.
You're a lucky man, Locke.
Oh wait, here it is.
Uh-oh.
Drop the link for Locke, Sabby.
I probably just got a goddamn virus. Why does he want the link? I ain't giving
Oh, wait,
him the link. I'm
Wait,
gonna get
let
yelled
me
at.
take his wrench first. I don't care. Give him the link anyway.
What are you taking his wrench for? You just gave it to him.
Yeah.
CNET.
What did he
I like
take
CNET.
mine for?
What up, Locke?
I already got the link.
Hey, Locke.
What
He
up,
didn't
Nick?
take your link.
What's going on,
He didn't
brother?
take your wrench.
He did so.
When did he
What?
take your wrench?
I don't know
What
why.
happened?
Y'all
What
do
happened?
realize that sometimes Locke doesn't take wrenches.
After you and but then you did. If he didn't, you did.
I don't have access to his fucking shit.
Who took my wrench, Locke? You or Sabby?
I don't have access to his YouTube. I
I
have to
think-
have access to his YouTube to take his wrench.
I think Nick did it.
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah, it was my fault.
Let's just go ahead and blame Nick, and then that way we're both in the clear, and we throw somebody under the bus. That's what we do here,
Okay,
right?
Nick did it.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
you, Nick.
Right
Damn
on.
me. I'll
All
take
right.
it. Locke, I'll take it. I'll
Nice,
take
good
this
man.
L. I'll take this off.
Yeah, that's right. You got it right.
So what have you been up to
Okay,
tonight, Locke?
your girl was sending her ass pictures to everybody.
Damn you, snitch.
Yeah, I heard about that, and
Guy snitching.
I made a comment. I made a comment about that wasn't too popular, so I guess fuck me.
Yeah, you know, on the other hand, Locke, we've seen you twerk.
Damn right I did. Hey, $20 is $20, Nick.
Yeah, that's what I typed in chat. I said $20 is $20.
I mean, what?
Exactly.
Yeah, look, where's that video?
I ain't showing you shit.
You're
How about that?
twerking
How about that?
video.
It's gonna show up now. Somebody's gonna find it. It's gonna show up.
I'll find it.
There we
You
go.
already looked for it. You ain't gonna find it.
I have it somewhere.
Somebody's got it someplace. This is a fucking internet.
No,
Yeah.
Jenny said she has it.
She did say she hasn't.
We
Oh, I know
Sally.
who else. I know a couple people that have it.
Oh, you
Exactly,
do?
Nick.
Yeah. And I ain't saying shit, so don't even ask me.
It'll pop out soon.
Yeah, it's gonna come out.
Well, I hope not. Oh shit!
There it is. I got to tell you, your mic sounds really good, man.
Does it sound good? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
a little
That
less.
sounds good.
It's a little less trebly than it was the other night.
Right. Well, I added a couple filters. I've been doing some adjustments and whatnot on all these filters, because I guess you have to add them after the fact, which is nice. I guess that's a good thing, because then if something goes wrong, you know what it was.
Right.
And so I'm up. I've added two. I added the EQ and the limiter and all
Nice.
that stuff. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Appreciate you. I got the soundboard working too.
I know. I love it.
So
I gotta shut this shit down.
that's a thing
Mom
now.
said, Mom said to shut this shit down.
No, Mom wants me to cut it off.
There it is. There
Todd
it is.
sent me.
Todd sent me.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I tried to shut Jeff's shit down earlier.
Yeah, man. I was over there and he was talking about that a little bit, and he gave you a shout out. And then they started talking about some religious shit, and I'm like, nah, man.
Well, you know, I can understand him and Jen A wanted to have a one-on-one, right? But when I
Yeah.
was over there, it was like a 4-on-1. There was like 4 people up there going at Jen A. And I jumped up on the panel, and I was respectful to Jeff. I'm like, listen, dude, you called her out. It's supposed to be you talking to her, but yet you got 3 other people up here, and y'all are going at her. You know, this is supposed to be like a one-on-one. And then they started giving me shit. I told them all to fuck off, and they left the panel. And Jeff and Jen A actually had a conversation for about a half an hour or so, just the 2 of them. So, I mean, obviously, I think it's still going. So, you know, he hasn't kicked her off, and, you know, I haven't, you know, heard anything going on. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not fair. I mean, you know, if you call some, like it, Locke, if you call me out, right, and I come up on your stream and you got 4 other people there, you know, just to fucking, you know, you guys are all bashing on me. That ain't how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be a one-on-one, right?
Right.
Oh, shit. Bill's here.
Bill who?
Damn.
Oh, he was going to go live. The one guy you probably didn't send your ass pic to.
11s?
No,
Hold on. Let me send it to Bill Evans.
no, it's not Bill Evans.
Not Bill Evans. Oh my God. I can't when she drinks. What the fuck?
Hold on. Hold
Oh
on.
my God.
Gotta see. Bill.
Okay, Bill. Bill, if you promise somebody, just go ahead. I'm going to end this
Hold on.
anyway soon.
Yeah, I think we've done all the damage we can do here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just sent it to Bill.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Which
Go
Bill?
ahead, Bill.
Because
Bill Evans.
well, it's not Bill Evans.
It's
just
not
came into the
Bill
chat.
Evans. Oh my God.
Send it to Bill Evans.
Bill's gonna wake up in the morning. He's
On
gonna
the
be like,
string.
Be like,
"Why
what the
do- what
fuck?
the fuck do I got an ass pick from Sam?"
Nah, that dude's already awake. Watch. He's gonna respond to me like, dude, really?
Wow. I don't know, man.
Ah,
All
he
I
just
know
sent me
is-
laughing faces.
All I know is we had a perfect good community and
Sabby just fucked it all up.
Hey, I didn't say it. I
Well,
didn't say it.
Well, you didn't say it.
Poor Bill Evans.
Mom said to shut this shit down.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are talking about you.
I guess we'll go over to Bill's.
Cateyes
we can do that.
stream.
Poor Bill Evans is going to think. What's she saying
Poor
to him?
Bill.
Cateyes, what?
So I
Put my
gave
name
you
with your
ass. I said we were talking about you in Cateyes stream, so I gave you ass.
Mm.
Oh my God.
That's a clip right there.
Yeah. That's wow.
I
I
gave you
respect Bill
ass.
Evans. I don't
we were
stand
we
by
talking
that.
about you, so we gave you ass.
At least I got some
Wait,
out of
hold
that
on, he's
buzzball she
responding.
stole from me.
Oh, she's drinking your buzz balls. That's
Yeah, she stole it.
Oh, damn.
He
Ain't
said
that
that's
some
funny.
shit?
That's what she's
Damn.
drinking, Locke?
Yeah.
I am now.
Yeah, I was saving that shit
my
and
God.
she heisted it from me.
I bought it.
You bought it for me.
Okay, so how do I pay for this fucking thing? Let's see.
What?
Damn, now she's paying for it.
She found your OnlyFans lock.
Oh, good, good. Finally, I'll make some fucking money on that thing.
Take that shit away from her.
Yeah.
All right, Cat Eyes. Well, I guess I'll jump down off of here if Bill's going live. So
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there.
Yep. So thank you for having me up here, Locke, Sabby. Nice talking to you, Sabby.
Nick, likewise.
Thank you for the ass pick, the unsolicited ass pick. Since
You're welcome.
Since your man is up here, it was unsolicited. Just so you know.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't sound unsolicited to me. Now she's paying for something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, you're with it. You'll have to figure that shit out, man.
Yeah, I guess, bro.
Well, I wish you the
I
best
have
of
to
luck,
figure
brother.
that shit out.
I don't know. You know, sometimes it's better just to not ask.
Yeah, sometimes
honestly.
not knowing. Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
It can be.
Don't be giving
Yeah.
me shit.
Well, I'm not giving you shit.
Nobody's giving you shit. Nobody rattled your chain.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, till you get that OnlyFans account set up.
That's right.
Maybe that's what she's paying for. I don't know.
Yeah, she's setting that shit up.
Oh,
we
I'm
we
supposed to
already know
click
what the
on
first
this?
pick's gonna be.
And then this. And then this. Gotcha.
Well, I guess we're supposed to leave now because Cat Eyes did.
Roger
Oh,
that.
fuck. Really?
See you, Nick.
Just fucking left?
Laters. Yep.
Oh. Okay, I'm out.
Laters. Out.
But she left this fucking thing live. Cateyes, you gotta end your stream. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I gotta get Cateyes to end the stream. Cateyes, you forgot to end your stream, dude. Hello? Hit the end button. It should be on the top right corner, I think.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Sabby,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
My thing just ended. My internet, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my internet just cut out. When Nick said goodbye, I was going to say goodbye to you and love, and my internet just cut out. I said, what the fuck? You're gonna
That's
say, what the
funny.
hell
They
happened
were
to
like, well,
Cateyes?
Cateyes left, so we're all going to Bill's.
I was going to say, okay, let's go to Bill's, and my fucking internet just cut off, and it said, something went wrong, try again. And I said, they're going to think I fucking left them.
Yeah, we thought you left and went to Bill's.
No, the internet cut off. It said something went wrong. Okay.
Okay, now end the stream and we'll go to Bill's.
Okay, I'm going to end it. Okay, see you over there.
Okay, I'm going to wait until you end it.
Okay.
End
We're gonna
this
have to
shit,
kick you out
bitch.
of me?
No, you just hit the end button.
Huh?
Just hit the
But don't I
end
have
live.
to kick all the rest out for it? Just end it?
No. Yeah, just end it.
Okay, bye.
Watch.
I am.